Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Joe from Gen Z Investments, and today I thought I'd make a quick video on Activision Blizzard. It's been caught up in a lot of negative press recently, whether it's bad workspace environments due to frat boy-like behavior, the CEO stepping down, walkouts, allegations, lawsuits, all this, right? So a common investment theme or idea that we have here at Gen Z Investments is to invest in companies as the share price is depreciating due to negative news. Yes, what we just said is bad for the company's employees. It's bad for the company's reputation. It's bad for a lot of reasons. However, what's happening has nothing to do with their games, has nothing to do with the demand for their games, has nothing to do with secular trends, whether it's technological advancements causing higher quality games, causing more demand for games, or more people gaming in general, right? So all these things bode extremely well for Activision over the short and long term. Yes, what we've seen today with this negative news is causing share suppression, I should say. But I do think that it's definitely a good opportunity to buy. Like I said, we'd like to buy companies as they're going down. If it's not really going to hurt the company's core revenue streams over the long run, and we think they have a lot of growth drivers and they're well positioned to take advantage of a lot of good trends here. So let's take a look at Activision. This is not financial advice; it's just educational. Let's go. The gaming industry as a whole is going to see exponential growth in the coming years. I think there are two main growth factors here. First is the amount of people who game and at what age they are. 15% of the total gaming market is made up by people 55 and older. I think we could all clearly make this assumption that in 20 years' time, that number is going to increase. People who are 45 in 20 years are going to be gaming, all of them. So I think just right there you can see the number is going to increase, meaning that there's going to be more people gaming and more people spending longer periods of time gaming. So that brings me to the second point, technological advancements. So first I'll talk about mobile gaming. Mobile gaming, we've already seen pretty strong growth in it in the last decade, but I think it's going to continue to grow because of three things: data centers, 5G, and cloud computing. 5G causes networks to have 0.01 latency, effectively no latency, which is causing huge megatrends like autonomous vehicles, automation, healthcare improvements, right? However, it's going to improve mobile gaming. The reason the no latency is so big is because game developers are going to be able to create their software in the cloud, have data centers, high processing power, run that software in the cloud onto the phone with no latency, meaning that 5G phones will die or will not die as quickly while they're running these more advanced games, and the quality of games will be improved. So I think it's clear that mobile gaming is going to improve in terms of the quality, and the demand for these games are going to improve because more people are going to be gaming and more people are going to be wanting to play these high quality games. So I think the combination of those two things shows that within the gaming industry, mobile gaming is going to improve. Next is PCs and console games. As I'm going to talk about a little bit later in the slideshow, console games or consoles in of themselves have been seeing really good hardware technology advancements, meaning that the games are going to be of higher quality, causing higher demand. And again, if there's a higher user base of gamers, more people gaming in the world, these games are going to be played more, meaning more purchases in the game, meaning more money for companies like Activision. It's very simple. Also, augmented reality, virtual reality. These are huge trends that are going to increase the quality of gaming and cause the demand to grow. So there's multiple trends that are going to cause higher quality games, which are going to cause more demand for these games, which are going to cause more in-game purchases. Meaning, like I just said, more money for gaming companies. That's why I'm bullish on all these gaming companies, and I think this is kind of a fact here. I think what I'm saying is pretty factual. I think there isn't really any opinion to be had here. I think everything I'm saying is quite obvious, and what I'm saying is backed up by the numbers. Currently, the gaming industry is valued at 156 billion, and by 2025, it's going to grow to 269 trillion. So that's great growth. It's close to a 20% compounded annual growth rate, and I think we're going to see numbers like that for decades. I think gaming is a extremely undervalued industry as it is right now, and it is already extremely valued. It is valued way more than the movie industry, which not a lot of people know, but it's quite an interesting fact. Here's going back to that chart I just showed you guys. Only 15% of people that game are 55 years and older. That number is obviously going to grow. That is a completely fair assumption to make. Next is just the amount of people that are gaming, the amount of time they're spending while they're gaming, as well as the amount of money they're spending while they're gaming. And if you go to the left here, you see all ages, 26% growth in time spent gaming and 33% growth in in-game purchases. And again, you go over to the right side, it's a lower number. That number is going to increase as time goes on. Time is a huge factor here. So this brings me to the next generation consoles. These consoles have seen significant technological, hardware, and software improvements. But we're just going to talk about the hardware today. Solid-state drives, SSDs, ray tracing, better GPUs, and CPUs are all making the graphics better, processing time better, loading times better, realism of games better. So, like I said earlier, and I've been preaching all video, the higher quality of the game, the more demand there's going to be, right? So, this brings me to the console shortage. Let me take you a step back. Last fall, these consoles all sold out like that from pre-orders. The supply chains of these companies were wrecked. There was also a chip shortage happening, or that has happened. So it was kind of hard to repair the supply quicker, meaning that once these consoles were sold out, it was harder for them to get more in store. So these consoles were pretty much sold out for a whole year just on the pre-orders from the rip. You could not buy these things at a retail store. You can only get them on StockX or eBay for double the fucking price. My mom fucking got my PS5 for close to double the price at StockX, so I'm not the only one that happened to, right? And then this May, Sony actually restocked, and the console sold out in 27 minutes. Sony has sold close to 8 million. I think it's 7.8 million. Yeah, 7.8 million consoles so far, and their guidance and their future earnings are for that number to double by March 2022. Microsoft hasn't put out the exact numbers, but they also are expecting a double as well. So, the demand for these consoles is great because the quality of them is better. Like I've been saying this whole fucking video. I'm going to shove it down your fucking throat, right? So this brings us to what companies are gonna excel off of this high demand for these consoles, and that is Activision Blizzard. Now, Activision Blizzard is one of the biggest gaming companies within the gaming industry. They're one of the most profitable and one of the most financially sound companies in the industry. They are the owner of Infinity Ward, which is a part of the Call of Duty franchise that has brought in about $27 billion since its inception. Call of Duty plans on releasing a new game this year, which, owned by Activision, Call of Duty Vanguard. This is going to bring in at least $1 billion worth of sales and probably more. Warzone has been a huge catalyst for Call of Duty growth in users and money for this company. So we expect to see Call of Duty Vanguard bringing in a new set of Warzone, bringing in more demand for the game. So Call of Duty is going to continue to be a huge growth driver for the company and a huge revenue stream for the company. Next is World of Warcraft. Another game, extremely popular. I've never played it. I've played Call of Duty, never played World of Warcraft. However, the game is bringing in $1 billion worth of sales and is going to continue to do so. So, again, that's two huge games, two huge revenue streams, and once more these consoles come out, more people are going to be able to buy these games. So, the games are growing, the games are seeing more users, as well as the consoles on which the games are on are seeing more users. So, again, we can expect these games to continue to be great revenue drivers for the company. Next is a mobile game, and we were just talking about the importance of mobile games, and they own King Digital. They bought King Digital for $6 billion, and King Digital is the leader in mobile games. Candy Crush is the biggest game, brought in $1 billion worth of sales last year alone, and mobile games are becoming more popular, so having a company like King Digital under your belt is huge. King Digital also reported 70% year-over-year growth in their ad business. So not only is Activision have a great portfolio of games, but they're also generating money via advertisements. And again, as we were talking about, mobile games are going to improve due to 5G data centers and cloud computing, right? So that means if more people go into these mobile games and are spending more time on them, more ad revenue for Activision. So 5G and mobile gaming. Like I was saying, 5G allows these games to be more complex. They use cloud and data centers to make the games of higher quality. And a cool stat is in South Korea, they've probably built out 5G better than most countries. And again, it's a densely populated country. So you have the 5G networks built out, right? And you've seen mobile gaming use 2.7x more than 4G gaming. Or 5G mobile gaming is used 2.7x more than 4G gaming, right? So that alone is just kind of proving my point here of what I've been saying, that mobile games are going to be better. But again, we're in the early stages here of higher quality mobile games. So I think the demand there is going to increase and the user base is going to also increase, right? So again, let me emphasize one more time, the importance of 5G in mobile gaming. It is going to increase the user base on mobile games. Mobile games are going to be played for a longer period of time by more people, which is going to have more in-game purchases and more ad revenue, right? This all bodes well for Activision. They own the biggest digital gaming company in King Digital, and they own probably the biggest digital game and one of the biggest digital games in Candy Crush, right? So in terms of revenue from Candy Crush, along with advertisement, that is a huge growth sector for this company. That is the biggest driving growth factor in terms of revenues for this company in the short term. Even though there's a console shortage with pent-up demand, with all their games on it, this is the biggest growth driver of the company. So, as we're saying, Activision has a great lineup of games, whether it's Diablo, Call of Duty, World of Warcraft. All of these games are going to be made mobily. Call of Duty Mobile, which released in 2019, has 51 million users playing the game at least once a month. And it generated $1 billion since its inception. That's huge. That's fucking huge. We're talking $1 billion here. Candy Crush grossed $1 million last year. So, that's fucking great. They're also working on another one of their big gaming segments is Diablo. They're working on Diablo Immortals, which is going to be a mobile game. So we can assume here they own King Digital. They've made a mobile game for Call of Duty Mobile, and they're making one for Diablo. We can assume that World of Warcraft's going to get one, and more of their gaming companies are going to get them. Meaning that Activision is becoming a bigger player in the mobile space. And we've talked about the mobile gaming space. So this is more growth drivers for this company, short-term and long-term. So why I think now is the great time to buy. As I said in the beginning of the video, it's been caught up in negative news. It's caused the share price to go down, right? You can get shares in the low 80s, high 70s. The share price has been suppressed because of the console shortage and because of this news. So if you get in now, I expect within the next year you're going to see decent gains, and you're going to continue to see decent gains. This company doesn't have any explosive, you're not going to triple your money, but you're going to get consistent gains with low risk, which is all you can really ask for, right? These two charts are really important here. So the chart on the left, you can see that right before the PS4 came out, right? The PS3 came out, the company was pretty stagnant, and then it had huge growth. On the chart on the right, you can see right before the PS4 came out, stagnant, huge growth afterward. That is what we're going to see here. However, now it's not just the new generation consoles, it's mobile gaming. So you have two huge growth drivers here with a suppressed share price currently. So we're talking a great buy here. Again, not financial advice, my opinion, but I think the facts that we're laying out here can really be used as good data points. Revenue and EBITDA. Huge revenue growth going into 2024 here, as you can see in the middle chart. We're looking at $11 billion of revenue, which is just fucking massive. Like, Jesus Christ, suck my cock. On the left, we got EBITDA, earnings before interest, taxes, amortization, depreciation. This kind of gives a better sense of earnings here. It's earnings without the bullshit. So this is really true earnings here. And again, we can see massive growth. And I think EBITDA is a really, really good indicator of share price appreciation, right? So if we're gonna get that EBITDA growth combined with this revenue growth, we can really see that we're gonna get some good share appreciation over the next couple of years. And then on the chart on the right, you can see the EBITDA margin for Activision and other its companies, and it's the highest, right? So this is all very bullish financially for the company. So not financial advice, but I think the facts are definitely leading towards share appreciation for Activision. I think it's a great company. Do your own research. Again, I didn't go as in depth as possible. I don't want to make these videos too long. This video probably is already fucking boring people to death here. Probably sounds like a fucking lecture, a snooze fest. But I think the gaming industry as a whole is going to grow. I think Activision is really positioned well for that. So I think do your own research, make your own decision. But I think Activision is definitely a company that everyone should look at. Thank you guys for watching this fucking video. I know it was long and I was rambling and I'm a dumbass. But hey, I'm trying to make you guys money here. Enjoy your fucking day. Look at Activision. Bitcoin!